Hello guys, I'm Alex. Today I've actually structured it out, so I'm going to talk about the med change between Seroquel and olanzapine. I'm going to talk about how it affects your sleeping, um, and what it's like for me, and how I distract myself. And I'm going to talk about why I ended up in hospital for the third admission as well, and what happened with that. So for med changes, I was changed from quetiapine Seroquel to olanzapine Cybrexa. So I went from taking just one dose of quetiapine on a night. Um, it's called quetiapine XL, which is the extended release version, and that really upset my stomach. So on the day before I got discharged, on my second admission, I told the doctor how it was upsetting my stomach, and he took me off the medication altogether. And then the next day, I put my foot the next day I put my foot through a door, and I got discharged. So with the olanzapine, I'm finding that a lot better for me. The only problem is that I'm having stomach issues again with it, and I know it's directly related to the medication. I've just got a really messed up stomach. So for sleeping, the olanzapine, I'm not finding it as sedating as quetiapine, so I can sleep on it when I take it, but I've only been sleeping for 2 hours at a time. Like, I can't sleep longer than 2 hours, so I keep waking up and then trying to get back to sleep again if I'm lucky. I've been having on Seroquel, when I first started that, when it was the normal tablets, not the extended release, I was having quite vivid dreams, not like nightmares, but vivid dreams. So I'd wake up and the dream would feel a lot more real than what I was experiencing when I woke up. So, for example, the first time that I had like one of the dreams where I woke up and I was absolutely soaked, it was in hospital. And I think it was like after like my third dose of like normal quetiapine, and I got the back of my leg cut in the dream that I was having. And when I woke up, it was like I'd just taken a razor blade to the back of my leg. It hurt that much. I came straight out of my room and I sat in the corridor trying to cool down, calm down, and just try and get myself to a place where I was like, okay. So the nightmares that I've been having on olanzapine, they're slightly different to what I was having on quetiapine, because the nightmares that I have at the moment are mainly about people stabbing me or me stabbing other people, and I don't mean with like knives. I don't see a knife in this dream. It's like anything, like they just pick it up and they stab someone with it. So far it's been a leaflet holder, a pencil, part of a whiteboard, and part of a chair. And that's what I've seen in my dreams. But onto the main reason of why I wanted to make today's video. The reason that I ended up back in hospital for a third time this year is because I went down to Manchester, because there's a building in Manchester. I'm not going to name the building, but there's a building in Manchester, and I believe that they keep an original copy of a paper that I've read online. Now, on this paper, there is coding and secrets and stuff like that wasn't supposed to be put out there. So I went down to Manchester University. I walked in, I was fine. Like, originally, when I got on the coach, I was panicking, and then I got up off to get off the coach as the coach set off to Manchester. So I was just sat left on the coach panicking. But I went into the building. I'd been on about this since the first admission. Like that's why I got sectioned, because they didn't want me to go break into the university. However, I didn't need to break into the university. I just walked into the building, like this random building, and I just walked in and didn't ask them for ID. And I was walking around looking for the paper that I needed. And I started getting really panicky, because I figured if I was there, they must know that I'm there as well. So I'm panicking, and I ring my friend's mum, and she's like my mum, and I ring her and I tell her that I can't stop panicking. At this point, I'm stuck in the toilet, and when I get really anxious, I start to throw up. So I was dry heaving into the toilet, and I rang her and I told her. So she started doing whatever she was doing on her, and the only thing that I know that she did is the police. She rang the police. But I was there, and I remember a guy asking me if I was okay, and then he went and got a staff member from the university who came in and asked me if I was okay. And obviously, I couldn't say no, because I'm not actually part of the university. I'm not supposed to be in that building. So I, sorry, it's getting me anxious thinking about it. So I was there. I originally thought I'd have to break into the university. Didn't, just walk straight in. And I was looking for this paper, but I was so anxious that I couldn't. I could barely function. Like I was having panic attacks. I was crying. Like, well, it wasn't proper crying. It's just like when you have a panic attack, your body goes mental. And one of my things is I start crying. But I'm not actually upset. It's just I'm overwhelmed. So after the student had told the teacher and they came in my head it was like, they're going to come and find you in the toilet. They know exactly where you are. So I moved from the toilet and went and sat in like this, on this balcony above the canteen sort of thing. I was sat on the floor, and then a guy comes round the corner and asks me if I'm okay, and I say yeah. And then he goes away, and then about 5 minutes later he comes back and asks for my name. So I told him it was Alex, and then he's gone away again and then come back. And when he's come back, there's been police officers with him. So sorry, it's really fuzzy. The police came and asked me what I was doing, and I said I was trying to do some. No, actually, I didn't speak to her. They came and I started saying no, and I packed all the stuff up into my rucksack. And then I tried to run through like 3 chairs. Like I just ran at them trying to go through them. And then a police officer and like about 4 police officers jumped on me and put me to the ground. So when that happened, I was put onto a 136 section, which is what the police use to detain people that might be mentally disordered or unwell in a public area. So that can be anywhere. They can't do it to you at your house. That's a 135, and that has to be done by the courts. But a 136 they can do on the spot if you're out in public and they think you're a danger to yourself or to others, or think that you're mentally disordered. So they can take you to a safe place. Now, safe place used to be like a police station. Like they used to be able to take you to a police station, but obviously that's not a good place to put someone that's in mental crisis. So I was taken to A&E, and I waited in A&E for so many hours, and then I was given a bed back in my home city. So yeah. Another thing that happens when you put on a 136 is that there is duties for each side of the NHS and for the police. So the police have a duty to make sure that you're in a safe place and that you're getting the help that you need. but the NHS also have a duty to keep the people within their care safe as well. So that's where there's a bit of an overlap. So if the police deem you to be not safe or whatever, then they can't reduce down to not having police there, because the police stay with you until you've been interviewed by the mental health professionals. Anyway, it's gone on for a bit long, this video, but if you've got any questions, especially about any of the stuff that's happened, just put them down in the comments. And yeah, this is just for me really, so if you guys have got any questions, then go for it. Thank you. Bye bye.